Oh, You Thought podcast, the place where you get a heavy dose of positivity, sarcasm, knowledge, and ratchetness. Enjoy the show. Guess what, people? It is that time. It is premiere day. I am so excited. I hope that you enjoy the whole process that I'm going through. And so I decided on premiere day that I would drop 4 episodes of my new podcast, Oh You Thought. And so this episode is going to be all about your host. Like, I'm just going to answer questions, and they're just random, dumb questions. And so let's just jump right on in, right? And so I thought the perfect way to start off this special episode would be just to answer the typical question that I'm pretty sure all of you are wanting to know. And that is, why did I want to do a podcast? And my journey started about a year ago as far as actually wanting to do a podcast. And I actually said it out loud. I was like, hey, I want to do a podcast, whatever, because I feel like I have like a lot of great things to say. And, I'm one of those people that I get on social media when things are going on. I feel like I want to inform people when things are going on, and I want to be an advocate for all things that are positive, right? And so I've been listening to podcasts for a few years now, and basically I just listen to them to get through my work day, right? And so when I told my best friend that I wanted to do a podcast, I'm pretty sure he didn't think I was serious. So about 6 or 7 months ago, I went through the process of doing research. I went through the process of actually buying my first mic, and then buying a podcast recording system. I went through all that process, and then I started recording my test episodes. And so my mindset going into this whole project was that no matter if it was just me listening, my loved ones listening, that I was going to do this podcast, right? And so I just want to bring all of my good qualities to the masses. And I feel like my group of friends or whatever, they see the good and the bad in myself. But I will say that one thing is that is always consistent with Fallon is that my positive ways and thoughts or whatever. I'm definitely one of those people where I have to have positive vibes around me. No negative vibes, no BS, like none of that stuff, right? And so I want to bring my positivity to the masses. I want to bring my positive thoughts to the masses. I want to make people smile. I want to make people laugh at my corny, non-funny jokes. I want to do that. I want to bring awareness to whoever wants to listen. I want to talk about things that are important to me. I want to talk about things that are important to you. And I just needed a bigger platform to do that. And I think this is also a good way to just ultimately just finally push myself out of that box of being shy and reserved to the masses, but being the true, authentic Fallon to my close friends and my close family members, right? And so this podcast is gonna help me be a better person as far as verbalizing myself and not being shy and just being me. And I also, number one, just want to help other people that are going through, because I am going to be pretty authentic, and I'm going to share things that I go through. I'm going to be pretty transparent as my heart will allow, because I feel like if I'm able to give my testimony to strangers that are going through the same things that I'm going through, or know someone that's going through some of the things that I'm going through, but they see the positive spin that I put on things, that would be a blessing in my life. And I definitely want to be a blessing to people. And I'm sorry, yes. No, I'm not sorry. I am a Christian. And so, I will talk about my Christian views and values or whatever, but I want my podcast to be fun. But my positivity also comes from the relationship that I have with God. And so I just hope that you're prepared for this wonderful journey, because I'm so excited. I'm beyond excited. And so that's why I want to do the podcast. So let's dig in a little bit deeper. What is my sign? I am a Capricorn to the core. Like, if you just read what a Capricorn embodies, like, pretty much that's Fallon to a T. I'm a proud Capricorn. I was born on Christmas, so I'm special, right? Like, I share my birthday with Jesus, the day that we celebrated, right? That's a whole nother conversation, right? But the day that the world wants to celebrate Jesus' birthday, I was born on that day too, so your girl is special. So yeah, Capricorn. So who is Fallon in 5 words? If I had to pick 5 words to describe myself, I would definitely say loyal. Loyalty, right? I'm loyal. I'm sarcastic as hell, and a lot of people don't see that side of me. So loyal, sarcastic. I'm dependable. I am happy for the most part. Even if I'm going through something, you probably never would know unless you're like my sisters, my best friend, my mama, or if I'm dealing with the dude and I'm that open, right? And then what else would I say to describe myself, y'all? I'm smart, I'm aware, I'm woke, like all those terms to embody being aware of what's going on in the world. And so I just hope, again, as you listen to my other episodes and everything, that you see that there are a lot of things that make up who I am, not just 5 things. And so, philosophy on life. My philosophy on life is, and then let me just run it back. Like, yeah, I stutter sometimes, and I'm recording episode 4 first, and so I'm just a little nervous, so bear with me on this journey as well. And so my philosophy on life has kind of changed as I've gotten older, which probably happens to a lot of people as you get older, because you have life experiences and you learn and you grow. And my philosophy is like, yeah, you can plan stuff out, but it seems like something will always happen to where everything won't be perfect, and that's okay. And when things aren't perfect, that's where the learning curve comes in, and you're able to dig in and use your tools to figure out how to make it through this hurdle that you're going over in life. And so my thing is never give up. My philosophy in that regard will never change. Like, you just should never ever give up in life. I'm currently going through certain things right now that I'll probably talk about in other episodes of my podcast, but I always allow myself one day to get over whatever I'm going through. And I think that's a method that a lot of people should adapt to, instead of just letting it linger for days. And I know, like, sometimes it depends on what it is. But if it's just like everyday stuff that a lot of people go through, you got to dig in and use your tools and just pray your way through that day, cry it out that day, or just don't worry about it. Do the things that make you happy for that day, and then the next day you have to move on. It's a requirement. You only can muddle for one day. So that's my philosophy. So you probably want to know, why am I so positive and how did I get there? I got to this positive point by just living and things that I've gone through. Everybody has their trials and tribulations, so I won't make my life journey sound worse than the next person, because I always say now, probably the last year or so, your feelings are valid. How you feel is important. Like, I think people tend to feel the way they feel because your validity gets lost in translation, and you feel like you're not important. So how you feel is definitely important, but definitely like going through like as a young child being teased and made fun of like through most of my grade school years, even up until college. Like that made me be a stronger person, and it made me have a different outlook on life. Like everybody's not going to like you, and that's okay, but who you are is enough. And getting to the who you are is enough part, that's a work in progress still for me as a grown woman. Like it just peaks and valleys. That's another one of my sayings or whatever. And that's okay, because we're not perfect. And so you can have a bad day, you don't think you have it all together, but there again, use your tools and get over that hurdle. And so my positive vibes and stuff comes from seeing what being in that negative light for too long, where it gets you, and it gets you nowhere. So why not have a positive attitude, or like why not? And I'm big on building people up. When people are going through things, I'm probably that friend that you may not want to talk to when you're really going through something. You don't want to hear positive stuff. I am that friend, because I just feel like if no one else is building you up and you're beating yourself up, let me do the best that I can to build you up. And I believe also in like the trickle down effect of positivity. And I feel like if I put positive vibes out there, positive vibes will come back to me. And I want that circle to keep going in life. I want everyone to experience happiness. Everyone deserves that. So that's where my positive vibes come from. Just random. What's a favorite phrase from your dad? And I think the number one phrase that I say from my daddy is, why lie when the truth will do? And as the years have gone on, I've added like a little bit to the end of that. Why lie when the truth will do, and the truth will always do? So I love that phrase and advice from my daddy. And it's just, like people just never seem to get that. No matter if you feel that you're trying to protect someone from some hurt and pain, like the truth will always come to light. And by the time that person finds out what she did or what she said, it's going to hurt like 10 times worse. So I am one of those people, when I say I want the truth, baby, I want the truth. So give me the truth. Favorite phrase from my mother. There's so many. And like me and my mom and my sisters, like growing up, like we would just quote movies and stuff. But I think like the favorite thing that I love from my mother is that this movie Mommy Dearest or whatever, I won't really go into details, but that's like our movie. And so we have the habit of calling each other Barbara based on a scene in the movie, right? And so sometimes she won't even call me Fallon. I won't call her mom. I'll be like, hey Barbara, hey Barbara Jean. Like we're just crazy like that. But I also get all my positivity from my mom. She's like this little lady. This is like so strong and just filled with positivity and the love of God, and it just rubs off on you. And I'm just thankful that I have some of those positive vibes in me. And I always say, even now, like I grow up, I want to be like my mother as far as her strength and her positive vibes and her love of God. So I don't really have a phrase. We just have a thing that we do. If you get to know me, you know that I am a Houston Rockets fanatic. And let me just run it back again. Like I didn't say where the hell I'm from. So I'm coming to you from Houston, Texas, one of the best cities in the world. And so I've been like a Houston Rockets fan since I was like a little girl. Like my very first memory of the Houston Rockets was going to a game, and I had on this Akeem Olajuwon sweatshirt, right? And I remember it's because I'm such a scaredy cat, right? As a little girl, I didn't walk up and down the stairs. I remember crawling up and down the stairs with my parents because I was so scared. And why didn't my parents pick me up? They saw I was scared, but they let me crawl my happy behind up and down those stairs. Yeah, I think that might be my favorite phrase from my mom also. happy behind. She loves to say happy behind. So happy behind is my favorite phrase from my mom. So yeah, I've loved the Rockets really since I was a little girl. I've been into sports since I was a little girl, just being around my daddy and stuff, of course, since he loves sports and things like that. And that was also a common denominator for me and my daddy, was being able to talk to him as I got older about sports. And so I am a diehard fan. We are getting ready to go into the playoffs. We're in the third seed, and we're gonna be in the second round. And I'm just ready for our day. And I welcome to see Golden State again in the Western Conference Finals. So I'm ready. So that's why I love the Rockets, because it's a great team, especially this season. Like, we ready. So what am I passionate about? In my younger days, when I first became a diabetic, that's another thing. I've been a diabetic since I was like 15, 16, right? I'm 35 now. So I've been on that train. And when I first became a diabetic, I said I never wanted to go back into the ER. So that's how I found out that I was a diabetic, by going to the ER. I was close to going into a diabetic coma. The doctor didn't think I was going to make it. So yeah, we were preparing for the worst as far as my mom. I don't remember too much on that night. But yeah, I'm passionate about good health care for diabetics or whatever. And so the goal in my life was for me to be a doctor, right? And I wanted to be a doctor. So once I became a doctor, I wanted to have like this state of the art like clinic where diabetics could come no matter how much money you made, to get like state of the art like treatment or whatever, like everything in one spot. So that was the goal. So I'm passionate about good health care, passionate about ending diabetes and stuff like that, because it's definitely the silent killer. And a lot of my family members are diabetics, so I'm very passionate about that. I'm passionate about God. I am passionate about music. Music is like really like my first love, and it's not like a when did you fall in love with hip hop kind of story. It's when did you fall in love, period. And I can always just go into that first emotion and feeling of knowing like I gotta have this for the rest of my life. So I'm passionate about music. I'm passionate about Black history and the Black community. I want things to just really get better for the Black community all the way around. And we've made, some strides and everything, but things are still a little bit, or not even a little bit, a lot in the wrong direction. So those are some things that I'm passionate about. I have two sisters, a younger sister and an older sister. So I'm the middle child. And I think a lot of kids that are the middle child, they like to say, no, the whole middle child theory is not true. But it's some of that we got to say like, yeah, it's true. Like sometimes we just need a little more attention. Like, don't forget about us because we right here in the middle. Like, don't forget about me or whatever. But I'm not going to just say like, yeah, all of that is true or whatever. But I feel like the middle child can sometimes be neglected and it's not right. So if I could change anything about myself, what would I change? I think the fact that I'm too nice, that's something that I really need to turn the corner on, because when you're too nice to people in general, you go hard in the paint for people. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, for me, like, you could be like my day one type of person. You could be in my close circle. You could be a family member. You could be a coworker. Like, I'm going to go pretty hard in the paint for you if you need something. But I'm starting to learn and find out that everybody don't do that for you when you're going through, or just in general. Like, I was talking to someone maybe a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, I wish you could see my text messages. And it's just like, everybody wants me to be their Ayana kind of in a way. And that's fine. Like, But where are the text messages or the phone calls? It's just like, hey, Fallon, how you doing? Or whatever. And sidebar, like, I'm not big on talking on the phone, so I'm gonna be in your text messages. I'm gonna make sure you good. Like, that's one thing about me. Like, I'm gonna send a text. I'm gonna make sure you all right or whatever. But yeah, so that's one thing. Being too nice. Health wise, of course, I wouldn't want to be a diabetic. Of course, I want to be a little bit smaller, so I will hopefully would not be a diabetic or whatever. But as far as like changing like anything like on my face or body features or whatever, like I just want to be in shape. But yeah, I'm good with everything else. I'm content at this point, and that's fine. So yeah, I'm not one of those people like, yeah, I want to go have surgery. Like, no, I'm just going to work with what God gave me, and I'm going to try to just naturally like mold and shape it. That's my philosophy on that. Karaoke night. Do I have a go-to song for karaoke night? Me and my sisters, we're kind of big on doing karaoke whenever we get together around the holidays and we're all together, right? And I don't know, like I don't think I have a true like go-to song at this point. Me and my older sister, we always battle it out against the Gap Band, Let It Whip, or whatever. And this particular karaoke game, like, I don't know, it's hard to explain shortly, but you read the lines in order to get the points. You sing the notes that as they come across instead of really concentrating on the words. So if I just hum it right, you get points. And my older sister, like, she likes to cheat or whatever. So yeah, so another sidebar, like I love to sing. That's another thing about me. But no one has ever really heard me sing. Like even like my sisters, like when we do karaoke, I'm not singing because I never want anyone to hear that I can sing, right? And so yeah, I love to sing because there again, I love music, right? I love harmonies and all those things or whatever. So no one has really heard me sing in life. Two pet peeves. Lying, again, when the truth will do. And then this is a petty one, but it's valid. Let's see. Let's say I'm texting you and you're not answering. Like it takes you like hours, but I know you're the type of person that always has your phone. And I see you popping on social media, that's your right. That's your right. You can do what you want to do. But why you just can't answer my text message? Especially if I'm asking you something. Like if I'm just saying like typical everyday conversation. All right, fine. That's cool. Because I get in my modes too where, I'm not even answering my phone, text messages or whatever. Another weird Fallon fact. Yeah, I'm one of those people. I don't have notifications on for my text messages. And this has been like probably 3 or 4 years now. Like I might turn them on like if I'm expecting something important to come through that I need to know. But in general, I have to go on my text messages if I want to see text messages. So you'll never be able to see text messages come across my phone. And I'll tell you why I initially did that. An ex-boyfriend of mine, I always thought it was funny that he would send random dick pics whenever he wanted, just to be funny, when he knew I was at work. And so, if you have a notification on, gives you a little preview. And so I was at work one day and he sent one and he just thought it was so funny. And I was in a meeting and I didn't know if the people could see it or not, but from that day forward, I put my notifications off, so I have to go on my text messages to see. So guys that think that is funny, it's not funny. Like people go to work, we have jobs. Like stop sending random dick pics thinking that it's funny. Because look at me now, 3 or 4 years later. My favorite movie, and this is so simple, but y'all don't know me, so Purple Rain is like my favorite movie ever, and this is why. The soundtrack, of course, and then the storyline. Like as a kid, I understood the storyline or whatever. It's deeper than what the acting may come across or whatever the case may be. Like it's a really true true storyline and good love story or whatever, if you really just see it for what it is and the music that goes along with it. Also, Imitation of Life. It's a good movie on, I guess we can call this now in 2017, being transracial. There was a young girl on there that was clearly a black young girl. Her daddy was just light skinned. Daddy wasn't white or anything like that. So, and her mom was definitely black, but Sarah Jane thought that she was white. And so as she got older, she tried to live as a white woman, and that did not work. So that's another classic movie that you should check out. Purple Rain, Imitation of Life, and Love and Basketball. Why? Because I am a sap for love. I love love and I love basketball. And I thought it was just like the perfect story to mesh the two together. And so, yeah, those are my 3 favorite movies. What is one thing that I will never do again? This is simple for me. I will never in life ride a Greyhound bus all the way from Houston, Texas to Syracuse, New York. I did that when my little sister was going to Syracuse. Never again. Never in life, I tell you. My favorite podcast to listen to, and that's just so simple. I listen to all the ones that reflect what I like to listen to, right? The Read is the top one. The Friend Zone. I'll name this podcast later. Marissa Explains It All. What else do I listen to? I listen to Joel Osteen. I listen to Bishop T.D. Jakes. I just listen to so many. It's so many out there that are just so good. Jalen Jacoby to get my sports fix together. What else? Let me just run through. Oh, the Black Girl Podcast. That's a new one that I like. I think that's really it. Those are like my main ones that I look for. Like, oh, also Lip Service with Angela Yee. That's one of the first ones that I really started listening to when I got into the whole podcast thing, right? And so those are my podcasts. If you could travel back in time, what time period would you visit and why? And for me, I definitely would want to go back to the biblical times, and conversations I've had over the years has always been, so if you were there when Jesus was walking around, would you rebel or just go through the motions? I think it's so easy to say that I would rebel, but I would just like to be around for all his miracles that he performed and to be in the Holy Land. Like, to just, that's definitely where I would want to go. I would want to be in the mix of all of that. What is a relationship deal breaker for me? I think everything centers around lying and loyalty. So definitely, if you're a chronic liar, I can't deal with you like that. And so that's definitely a pet peeve. Other than that, as far as relationships, I'm pretty simple. I'm not a bugaboo. Like, I'm good. Like, so yeah. So don't lie to me. Let's see. What's one thing that people always misunderstand about me? Another easy one. Like, if you see me and you don't know me, a lot of people think that I am mean because I don't walk around smiling. And as you get to know me, you crack down that wall and everything, like, you see this personality. And even like, I'm not just walking around being mean. Like, if I walk up on you, I'm gonna say, hi, how are you doing? Those kinds of things. But a lot of people tend to think that I am mean. What is the best concert that you have been to or whatever? And I think this is still an easy one for me to date. I will say J. Cole. And Jay-Z is my favorite all-time rapper, and then J. Cole is like my current favorite rapper. That's how I always like to explain it. And so even having been finally to a Jay-Z concert, like, it was like an amazing night. But I think I've been to 2 or 3 J. Cole concerts, and the last one that I went to for the 2014 Forest Hills Drive was probably like the best experience of my life. And yeah, like, everybody on the ticket just did an amazing job. So So yeah, I definitely would say J. Cole. Like if you've never seen J. Cole in concert, go see him and support that movement that he has over at Dreamville because it's something really, really special and I promise you that. And so yeah, like this is just the tip of the iceberg, people. Like getting to know me, I think is important. So hopefully, me just being open with y'all for just a little bit will get you engaged and interested in seeing the things that I want to talk about. And I just hope that with that you keep coming back every Friday. Oh, you thought Fridays to get your fix on what's going on in the world, get your fix of positivity so we can just grow together and be happy together, have fun together because there's so much stuff, so much bad stuff going on in the world that we gotta love on each other, right? Let's just love on each other and just be happy, y'all. So with that, I'm gonna wrap it up for this special episode and announcements. As soon as all the episodes are live on iTunes, I'm going to be sharing and carrying all the links and everything of all 4 episodes. I will also share my wonderful link to my own website, outhoughtfallon.com, where you can go and listen to old episodes and also catch up on the new episodes. So just everything. It's going to be blog posts and everything. So yeah, if you're on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, Oh You Thought Fallon. If you're on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, Pretty and Smart, and that's just an N81 on Twitter. And if you want to email me questions or thoughts that you want me to read on the show, the email address is oyouthoughtfallon@gmail.com. And let's just, glow up together, y'all. Let's just be happy, right? And so with that, I also want to give a special thank you to C Note of the Botany Boys for allowing me to use a little bit of his song Hold It Down every episode or every week or whatever of my podcast. That's real love, and I'm going to thank you probably on all 4 of these premiere episodes, so I really appreciate it. So with that, remember to glow up, bless up, stay prayed up, and hold it down.